Happy Sunday, Oakwood Kinders. I hope you have a great day today. It's a beautiful day. Hope you get out and enjoy the sunshine. Today I'm going to read you a story called From Seed to Plant by Gail Gibbons. Now, yesterday I read you a story about plants, and remember what we said it was? What kind of story it was? Very good. Yes, it was a fiction story. Make-believe, right? It had talking plants and they had eyes and ears. They acted just like people, which we know is make-believe, a story meant to entertain us. Well, today we're going to talk about another type of story, and it is called non-fiction. Now, I used my proper prince or princess voice for non-fiction because it reminds us that non-fiction is not make-believe. It's not silly. It is meant to teach us something, to give us facts and help us to become smarter, right? So I want everybody to sit up nice and tall and straight with me and say non-fiction. Did you use your best prince or princess voice? Try it again. Non-fiction. Oh, very, very good. It's not make-believe. Not silly. Very good. It is very serious. And, well, it's not always serious, but it just helps me to use my princess voice to remind me that non-fiction is not to make believe, and it's meant to be taken seriously, just like a prince or princess has to act very proper and serious. All right, so enough with that crazy, silly voice. This is a nonfiction book from Seed to Plant. And since it is nonfiction, you'll be learning lots of facts. So I might ask you, when I'm all done reading, what are some facts that you learned? Often with a nonfiction book, we have real photographs. Not so much in this one, but it does give you lots of details. All right, from seed to plant. Lots of different plants for you to look. There's daisies and tulips, a pea plant, buttercup. All right. Most plants make seeds. A seed contains the beginning of a plant. Seeds are different shapes, colors, and sizes. All seeds grow into the same kind of plant that made them. So this is a sunflower seed, so it'll grow into a sunflower. This is an acorn, and it will grow into an oak tree. An acorn cannot grow into a sunflower and vice versa. They all come from the plant that made them. Most plants grow flowers. Flowers are where seeds begin. A flower is made up of many parts, and that's a picture with all their parts. These parts all work together to help a seed grow. Before a seed can begin to grow, a special process called pollination must happen. That's a third grade word. Can you say pollination? Very good. Good job. Pollination happens in different ways. Often wind blows pollen from flower to flower. And pollen is one of those special parts that a plant needs, well, a seed needs to be able to grow. Bees, other insects, and hummingbirds help pollinate too. While they visit flowers for their sweet juice called nectar, pollen rubs onto their bodies. Then they carry the pollen to another flower where it sometimes lands just where it needs to in order to make a seed begin to grow. The seeds grow inside the flower even as the flower begins to die. As the seeds become bigger, a fruit or pod grows around them. The fruit or pod protects the seeds. So did you get that? The seeds in the flower, and as it gets bigger, the flower dies, and a fruit comes to protect it because it's a little bit sturdier than that flower. When the fruit or pod ripens, it breaks open. The seeds are ready to become new plants. Did you see all those seeds breaking? The pod breaks open and they go all over. Some seeds fall to the ground around the base of the plant where they will grow. Some pods or fruits open and the seeds pop out. Sometimes when birds eat berries, they drop the seeds. Other seeds fall into streams, ponds, rivers, or the ocean. There they travel on the water until they stick to dirt along the shore. My book's falling apart. It's a very loved book. The wind scatters seeds. Some seeds have fluff on them that lets them float to the ground like tiny parachutes. See, that kind of looks like a tiny parachute, doesn't it? Others, oh no, that's not a parachute. That more looks like wings. Silly Mrs. Gibbs. Often have wings. Oh, sorry. Others have wings that spin as they fall. I think Mrs. Gibbs should have had her coffee this morning. Messing up a lot. Sorry, boys and girls. Animals help scatter seeds too. They hide acorns and nuts in the ground. Some seeds have hooks that stick to the fur of animals or people's clothes. Later, they drop off onto the ground. See that? A flower bed or vegetable garden is beautiful. Seeds are planted to grow in the gardens. The seeds come in small envelopes or boxes. Directions explain how to plant the seeds and care for the plants. So all those pages were all about the different ways that seeds scatter and go all over the earth so they can grow, right? So now we're going to find out what happens once those seeds get stuck where they belong. The beginning of a plant is curled up inside each seed. Food is stored inside the seed too. See, all this is a bean, right? And this is all that yellow is food. And that tiny. The seed has a seed coat on the outside to protect it. So here's the gray is the seed coat. And then you have all that food inside, and that is the beginning of a plant. A seed will not sprout until certain things happen. Oh, I forgot to tell you, that's a seed. That's a seedling when it begins to sprout, right? A seed will not sprout until certain things happen. First, it must be on or in the soil. First thing, you need soil for sure. Then it needs rain to soak the seed and soften its seed coat. So far it needs soil, it needs water or rain. When the sun shines and warms the ground, the seed coat breaks open and the seed begins to grow. This is called germination. That's another big third grade word. Germination is when it starts to grow. A root grows down into the soil. Think of them like little fingers, right? The root takes in water and minerals from the soil for food. So you look up, there's all this, see the where it says roots, those white things? Those are very important because they have to hold the plant in place, and they also get all the water and minerals, which are kind of like vitamins. You probably take vitamins, and it gets everything that the plant needs to survive. Up grows a shoot. Green leaves grow up from the shoot toward the sun. The plant grows bigger and bigger. The leaves make food for the plant from the water and minerals in the soil. Sorry, that's what I should be showing you. The sunlight and the air all around the plant. Let me read that one again. The leaves make food for the plant from the water and minerals in the soil, the sunlight, and the air all around the plant. So that's everything the plant needs. It needs the soil, it needs sunlight, it needs water, and it needs air. And working all together, the leaves are able to make the food for the plant for it to survive and live and grow, just like they grew yesterday in our story, the grass grew. It needed all those things to keep growing and growing and growing. Finally, the plant is full grown. Buds on the plant open into flowers where the new seeds will grow. Wow, it's kind of like a cycle. Many of the foods people eat are seeds, fruits, and pods. They are full of nutrition, vitamins, and minerals, and they are tasty too. If you caught Mrs. K's book yesterday, she read a fiction story called Tops and Bottoms. This is a really good one. You should check that one out. But it talks about some of the parts of the plants that people eat. Oh, sorry, that's kind of the end of the book, but this also says directions on how you can grow your own little plant. Now, we were going to do this when we got back to school, and I know that Mrs. Northrop's class tried, and Miss Penny's class planted things that grew, but I know our class didn't, and I don't think the rest did. So these are some directions if you want to pause your video to see how you can grow your own plant from seed to plant. And then this last page has lots of other facts, because remember, this is a non-fiction book, right? That gives us lots and lots of facts. And these are other facts. I won't read these all, but I thought this was pretty cool. This one with the cactus, because we live in a desert, right? So this one says, plants in the desert, such as cactus plants, store water in their stems. They can live for a long time without rain, which is really important. Although we got a lot of rain right before break, didn't we? We don't always get that much rain. And that's T-H-E-E-N-D, the N. So if you're out and about today, maybe go for a walk, go for a hike, you might be able to notice lots of different plants growing all around you. Maybe you can look for the stems and the leaves and tell mom and dad how they work together. The air, the sunlight, and the water and the leaves all work together. And the soil, of course, because they need to get the other nutrients, all work together to make food for the plant. So you learn lots of cool facts from this non-fiction book. Go ahead and whisper one of them to me on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good thinking, boys and girls. I got to give you a cheer for that. You learned lots of facts from this story. And I know I hear you. Some of you guys are still talking. All right, so I'm going to give you your Spidey cheer. Getting my Spider-Man hands ready, my Spidey webs ready, right? You're Spidey-rific. Whoosh! Good job, boys and girls. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.